Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight we have a beer out of the Mount Pleasant, South Carolina area. Go through there on the way to Charleston, South Carolina, head south, not too far away. This is the Westbrook Brewing Company. This is as you can see, a double dry hopped Indian Pale Ale. Only one I've ever been able to get my hands on. It was brewed 3 weeks ago, so it's crazy fresh. On the can here it says shower tested and approved, which is pretty fun and comical. I believe it was 7% ABVs. I don't know the IBUs. Obviously you're looking at a pint can. Pretty cool artwork here with some hops flying in. Now these are two of the most difficult hop pronunciations. I'm going to try to do it. I believe the first one is Motueka, is how you pronounce that. And the second one is Wakatu, I believe is how that's pronounced. I'm sure I'll get all kinds of pronunciation corrections. These are out of New Zealand, so these are not your traditional Simcoe, Centennial, Mosaic, etc. And again, the only reason I bought this one can, number one, it was limited. Number two, this is supposed to be a one-hit wonder. Number two, this is supposed to be ranked right now, according to some very good sources of mine, as one of the better IPAs that have hit the shelves in 2018. So with that being said, that's why we are doing this beer review with you tonight. So, as we always do, let's do the fun part. Let's get in the glass, see what we got, see what it looks like, smells like, tastes like. So as you can see, it's pouring. It definitely has a yellowish, almost slash orangish type color. This is what I call that milkshake, that's my term, IPA. It's very hazy, it's very gritty typically, not always, but can. Perfectly white, frothy, foamy head on it. I can smell lemons already. I can smell what smells like mango maybe, a little bit of nectarine. Yeah, that's mainly what it smells like. The hop, a little bit of orange peel, like real kind of pungent, stringent type of fruity. It's not a fruit bomb crazy, there's way worse. The hops are, so from what I read, these hops have a profile very similar to Nelson Sauvin hops. You can barely smell the hops. I mean, they're there. It's kind of it's subtle. It's got a little bit of a pininess to it. It's not harsh at all. It's hard to pinpoint. I mean, you can tell they're there, but it's almost like hidden in the haziness. It doesn't want to come out of the glass. So let's get it into the old palate here and see what we have, as we like to say on microbeerreviews.com. Cheers. That is very different. Wow, it's very silky. It's got a weird kind of palate coating texture to it that you don't expect with a beer that looks like that, and that's kind of a stigma I have. I'm not a huge fan of these styles of beers, but it's very smooth. It's got a nice medium body to it. It's not nearly as fruity tasting as it smells. Still have that little bit on the front of the palate, but it's got this kind of very subtle, it's hard to describe. It's a very subtle pine flavor. There's no dankness to it at all. There's no bite. It's a little bit of bitterness, but it's a nice blend. It's very balanced from the front of the palate to the back of the palate, and it just has this very kind of, almost sounds crazy, but this like soothing, calming texture characteristics that a lot of beers don't have. It's really good. There's a little bit of lemon coming out again in the back, in the middle of the back of the palate. It's just got this really well balanced, nothing overshadows or over emphasizes throughout the entire beer in terms of the aroma, the flavor. It's very cool. I mean, I like it. We rate our beers to 1 out of 5. It's been kind of an odd, very non-specific beer review, but it's just got a nice, cool flavor to it. We rate it, again, rate it 4.5. I give it at least a 4. I wouldn't say it's the best IPA I've had all year, but it's different. If you're looking for something different and you can find it, this is well worth the $4 or $5 I spent just for that one can. So, let us know if you tried it. I'm not going to pronounce them again. They're are right here for you. Thanks for watching microreviewreviews.com. We upload all the time. We appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.